Good lovely morning, you guys. Welcome to the first day of spring on our farm. We are going to prune our grapevines and maybe prune some forsythias and maybe do some other things around the farm today. Everything's in full blossom here. The peach trees look so pretty. But we did have a pretty heavy frost last night. It got down to like 29. And when we woke up this morning, there was frost everywhere on the ground. So I don't know if the peach trees will spring back from that or not. Sometimes that completely puts them out of business for the year, which is unfortunate. Also another reason why you should harvest and preserve on the good years, so that whenever things don't work out right and the weather doesn't cooperate, that you still have the things that you need to feed your family. Anyways, let's get on with the pruning of the grapevines.
Also, let it be noted that we don't really know what we're doing.
Well, we kind of do. I've done it several times. These were actually somebody else's grapevines before ours, and when they were doing their initial growing, they should have brought them straight up from the base vine, should have came straight up, and then they should have done branches coming off in two different areas, like right here, and then this should have been straightened up and came up to this top wire, and then they should have had branches going out in both directions. But they've been left to grow the wrong way for so long that I don't really know how to correct that. If you do know how to correct that, let us know.
All right, let's do it.
We're just gonna do our best to cut them back, prune it a little bit, maybe prune it a lot. 2 years ago, I felt like I pruned it too much, and we really got the best harvest off of it. So, I don't know. We'll just do what we do and hope it works out. That should be like our theme, our our catchphrase, our slogan. We do what we do and we hope it works out. Our motto. But for real, if you have tips on how to correct this or make it better for a better harvest in the future years, leave it down in the comments. We'd love to know. A bunch of trash out here. I should have re-looked up all the information, but I think on the long pieces you want, so like on this sprout, are you listening?
Kinda.
On this sprout, you look at it and you want to cut off until there's only 2 nodes. Let me look it up. I'm gonna do some research real fast. So I did a little bit of research. It says you want each main stem to have 2 to 4 main canes coming off of it. And you want those to have like 5 buds on them each. So that's what we're gonna go for. And I'm gonna jump in and help instead of just holding the camera.
Yeah.
You don't mean to be so aggressive. So you can cut that at the base. All these are dead. Every bit of it.
This one here should be well.
You gotta cut off some of the new ones.
Yeah, 170. So the doctor wants to like this one here is
Well,
dead.
we don't know that.
Sometimes
This one is
no, it's not. Look, that's the same one kind of stuff. You have to be careful. You really have to look at it to its end. Okay, so We will have no grapevines now because Lee is a beast. I literally just told Waylon the same thing.
Yeah, I haven't done nothing like that yet.
Honestly.
All Texas wants it, Leroy.
Pipe will spring forth.
You
This
think?
is dead.
We have, I mean, these are main canes. Now they're coming from the ground.
Okay.
So we could actually do them like you're supposed to. Like you could have this
Tell me
come
where.
in. Nope. So this should come straight up and be attached to this. And then
We
like
have no tie
when
wire.
the vines come out, you
Tie it with this thing over here.
go find us some
I'll go
wire.
find you something.
Come over here and hold this
I've
out of
tried
the way.
this before.
You're trying the grapevines with grapevines?
Look,
I mean, it kind of works.
it worked.
All right, we have another one here.
I don't know if I can find any more tie wire. Ah, crap,
You
Mom.
broke it.
Hey, bro. Just
All right.
stayed down.
Oh, I broke that one.
Yep, cut her off. Amber!
Waylon! Have you guys watched Shelby and Dylan on YouTube? They do shorts. They're funny, and it's pretty wholesome most of the time, as far as I've seen. Where'd your dad go?
He said he was going to find a wire.
I think he just escaped because he didn't want to do
Yeah,
this.
he doesn't want to do that.
So here's a question, because the internet's not super informative on this. So out of this base here, there's like these new sprouts, right? And because Lee cut this one off, I'm going to use them as a main cane, I guess. I don't even know if that's the right term. But there's, like I said, there's multiple of those. Do I let each of them be their own cane? Or should I leave only one base cane there? Like, I'm really curious to know what makes the best grapevines. Thank you. We thought you ran away because you didn't want to help us.
No, he definitely. That was the point of going to get the wire.
We're gonna go ahead and tie each of these canes up that's coming out of the base there. And so we'll have five canes coming out of that base. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody tell us what we should be doing. I know what you shouldn't be doing.
What's that?
Don't cut anything.
I want to cut something.
I know you do. You're way too eager. Oh, the chickens are going crazy. Oh, Waylon's in there.
Good.
I checked the eggs. We got 4 eggs and Easter egg. I'll go pick them up.
I think this is all dead.
I was
So I'm gonna risk it and cut it. Hang on, baby. No, hang on. Let me see. All right, so this one, we'll keep that one off of this one. And that's not part of this. And this one. So we'll keep two sprigs off of that one. And it says it's supposed to have 5 nodes. So
They ain't really
1, 2,
tried to
3,
bud out yet.
5. They're not supposed to. You're supposed to trim them back before they do. People who really know how to do this are probably cringing watching us do this.
I like to know that we're impacting someone.
Like negatively?
Anyway.
This is angry entertainment. Okay, so see these, babe? I think they go all the way back to that one over there. Except for this one, somebody's already cut it and attached it. Okay. These ones come from right here. So can you, like,
That one comes off the vine too, though.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe just this one goes back there. Okay, so you want to tie these two up?
You want this one tied? Or it's kind of tied itself. Now this one comes off of that one. Do you want to?
Hang on a minute. Can you focus on what you're doing right now? Because I can't take my eyes off this one and I'll lose my spot. Okay, what?
This one is kind of
Yeah,
a catch.
I think we're going to leave both of them. Unless you think otherwise.
Also, there's these ones on the ground.
Well, I've been cutting the ones that I see. How did it look at the base?
It runs right back up into the.
So like this is technically, I think, what it's supposed to look like. Like it would come like this, and then you would let this shoot
Let me tie it on there like that.
go a bit like that.
Yep.
So I think it should be up like this.
Okay.
And then we cut this
I'm gonna
piece.
tie its midsection back to that lower wire.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. It's so hard to tell what's what when they're so intertwined.
Right here.
This goes down here. Let's go find the chain climb.
Don't do the bush.
Okay. I don't want to get kicked today.
So we've got this little one. Let's see. Is there anything? Is that living? Oh, such a hard decision. So that's that right up there. Okay. Let's see. Cut this off. And all right, so we have, oop, it's beating me up. Okay, this is what we have for this one. What do you think? Let's leave that and cut this one off. What do we want to keep here?
Ruined.
You said that last time that they did really good too.
I think the hardest thing is keeping the birds out of them.
Yeah, you guys need to get a big good net like the one I'd last year.
Okay. So now we have oh, that one's way over there. Use its own lines to. There you go. Okay, kind of works. Look, there's an old little cluster. All right, so this is the last little grouping, last main pane, if you will. If I'm using the term correctly, I really don't know. Here, babe. Can you pull that one through and cut it at the base?
Cut it off.
Cut it off at the base.
me to pull these leaves out of here?
I don't know if it's better to have them around it or not. I'd like to have some mulch to put down, but I don't. That is the after, and it looks very sparse now. I hope it's right. Maybe it'll act as mulch a little bit and keep weeds from growing. Thank you. You see any false morels? Is that what you were looking for?
Yep.
What about over here? I always see them over here.
I'll look there.
2 seconds later, Warren spots one. There it is. Good eye, Warren. Don't eat these.
Yeah, I ate them the whole time I was growing up, but I'm still living.
Some people, you can't kill.
Yeah.
It's not recommended that you eat them though, for real.
It says in the last chapter, Mark, if you've got the Holy Spirit living in you, you can pick up snakes, drink deadly poison, and such things won't harm you.
That doesn't mean that you should test the spirit and continually do those things.
Nobody told me that it was bad for me back when I was a little kid. We was eating them all the time either.
I understand that. So now we're gonna go and work on Lee's blackberry bush. We actually planted 4 blackberry bushes last year, and they were just little bitty starts. And the chickens killed 3 of them, and so there's only 1 left. It's getting stronger, it's growing back bigger, and so we're gonna clean up around it and maybe put a little compost around it. And yeah, I think it's a Navajo blackberry bush. We should get all the stuff from around it first, babe. Oh, you did it without me? Wind is so bad.
I was gonna explain to me if somebody loves all that is.
I looked it up and it said that it'll produce fruit on 2-year-old canes, and it'll produce fruit on those canes 1 time, and then you cut that cane back.
These?
Yeah, for a blackberry. So,
There's only 2 canes.
yeah, I know, baby.
So if it produces fruit, we cannot cut them off.
They're not 2 years old yet.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're a year old this year. Honey, we planted them last year.
The first winter, I covered it all winter, remember? Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying no you didn't. I'm saying I don't remember.
I have babied this thing for 3 years now.
Well, I'm just saying, it said after they bear fruit, they won't bear fruit again. Completely.
I'm taking ownership over this. I have babied this thing, and we're not cutting them back.
They'll produce more fruit. All right, we're walking over to look at the baby calves. Specifically, it's Whitley's calf and Miss Honey, the milk cow's calf. We had Miss Honey's calf in this little pen right here, and we were bottle feeding her, or him. And so Lee had this idea which I guess him and his grandpa have done this several times before, but they thought, well, Whitley's cow had her calf right about the same time that Honey, the milk cow, had her calf. And so he thought, well, if we could get Whitley's cow to take both calves, that it would keep us from having to bottle feed Miss Honey's cow. So, wow, I feel like that was like a lot of back and forth of names and
We don't
stuff.
ever let the milk cow keep her calf.
Yeah, we don't ever, if you haven't been here before, you don't know, but we don't let our milk cow keep our calf. We usually do bottle feed it so that it's not like nudging and breaking down her bag. Some people don't worry about that. It's just not something that we're wanting to do. We want to keep her in the best condition as long as we can, so that maybe she can be our milk cow for years and years and years to come. So anyway, Whitley's cow is actually part Jersey and part beef cattle, and so she gets a lot of milk, and so she's really the perfect candidate for this little matchup. And so far, she doesn't super love Honey's cow nursing on her, but she lets it happen. So
She fights at it a little bit first, but she'll usually let it eat.
the first couple days, she fought at it pretty hard. But we had them in that pen together, and we would let the cow out during the day so that the calves couldn't nurse all day. And then we'd let her back in, and you know, so that she would be happy to let them nurse, because her bag would be full and she'd be wanting some relief. And so, yeah. And so they're in this separate little paddock by themselves now. The other cows are in the field right next to it. And they all seem to be doing good, don't you think?
They all seem to be doing okay.
That was really close to your face. I'm sorry about that. So if you didn't watch the last video of all the spring babies, all the new calves, the black one is Miss Honey, our milk cow's calf, and then the gray one belongs to this mama. See, she doesn't super love it. I think it's figured out that the safest place to nurse is from behind. And he doesn't give up easy, so I think they'll be all right. That baby's getting him some lunch too. It's a her.
That one and that white-faced one over there is the only two girls.
They're so cute. Whitley asked Warren if she could buy the white-faced one off of him. He says no. She said, I'll give you $2,000. And he's like, no, it'll bring more than that at a sale.
Never mind, never mind.
Yeah, he's kind of hard to deal with. I think you and Waylon could spend a good few hours out here. Calf's still nursing,
He is tough.
and Honey the milk cow has came over to visit.
The calf don't care. He's a typical bureaucrat. He'll go with whoever's got the milk.
Yeah. All right, you guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. We thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you are not already subscribed to our channel, please consider subscribing and following our family. Bye.